It sounds like a wind chime. Somebody thought it was a wind chime. They're like, when I did the music video for that, this girl that was working on the music video, she came up and she was like, I gotta say, like, that's pretty impressive. You actually made a wind chime sound musical. Like, I've heard wind chimes used in records and they don't really work for me, but you pulled it off there. And I'm like, it wasn't a wind chime. Where I'm supposed to go. Green light, it's like, it's how it comes in. There's a lot of chaos and it's dark and it's kind of industrial, but it's beautiful in a way. Like fuzz, you could say. Why is a fuzz pedal beautiful? It sounds crazy, but it is when it's the right, sound, the right note. And this green light, it doesn't. There's a little intro section. It doesn't just go right to green light. It goes to this kind of, when people ask, I say I'm fine. And it's kind of like this softer, kind of whinier type thing. And it's sort of like a little surprise. I think you're surprised. You hear when people ask, I say I'm fine, waiting on a green light. It's like, well, I'm not fine. I don't want to wait on a green light. I don't want to forfeit my freedom inside a structure that isn't suiting me, that I didn't choose. I don't want to be forced. I don't want to be controlled. But it's kind of whiny, and then all of a sudden it kicks in, and it's like, you thought it was just gonna be another whiny thing. It's fucking not. Here we go. If not now, then when?
There you go.
It's a good question. And after green light, lamenting, waiting around. Then you have this, if not now, then when? And there is this sort of talking back to myself. I think that's very spot on that you point that out. Yeah, I just fell in love with the sound feedback. With the pedals distorting it, it was just making a sound that I thought was otherworldly. This song has taken on a bit of a life of its own, in that people that have heard it will come up and they'll say, a couple of times, they'll say, I like old things too, or old things are better, kind of a thing. So that's been really cool. It's like me asking the person who's listening, what are those, what are the things in your life that have stood the test of time? And that kind of connects with people in an interesting way. And maybe it's less about the actual thing as your relationship to the thing. Castaways. It's a rocker. I can almost imagine Pete Townsend just going like bow, bow, like with the hand in the air. Wow. It's one of those. And like we were talking about earlier with the running, it kind of has that, I think, in this song, where it's like, I tried to run away, that didn't work, so now I'm just gonna run the race to get somewhere. I'm not running from something, I'm running to something. I was standing. Yeah, it just sounded kind of dreamy.
Yeah, it uses that word cliche. It's so cool. It's a great technique.
Also, Georgia on My Mind. I realized it the other day in the car. I think uses it.
Really?
Yeah, Georgia, Georgia, Georgia on my mind. Kind of like, it's like, as a guy, you know that. When you see that kind of girl that's just so beautiful, that she just has so much power,
Yeah.
And, I think people have had that experience where, like, that you're talking to that kind of a woman, and it's like, you can't even, like, focus at all. All you can see is, like, that sums it up. I can't, what is it? You know, I start thinking as I see her face, girl, you've really got it made. Uh, she starts to speak, but I can't hear because I see that her fingernails are painted in the hottest shade of pink. A plane flew over, and a siren was going at the same time when I was demoing the song. So I was listening back to the demo, and it was a happy accident. The plane flew so low over my house that it sounded like I guess a bomber, and the siren was going in the background, and it just was like, it made me kind of think about, like, you know, a crazy world, you know,
Yeah.
wars and chaos. It was a happy accident that seemed to fit. I was driving somebody to the airport, and that song came on. They wanted to hear my music, so I played it, and it's like they just started looking around. I'm like, that's just a song.
Yeah.
All my love.
I was in a relationship at that time, and it was.
Oh, really?
It was like, you know, a true love song. It wasn't like thinking about it. It was more like I was in that situation, and it was that, like you said, it kind of was that. I might have to edit that out, but
Yeah.
it is to me a really beautiful song. Not necessarily because of the music or anything like that. The vibe though, the Beatles vibe, that is really cool. But just that message of, you know, when things are going wrong, and that dark cloud just won't let you be. It's just following you everywhere. You know, that's alright. All my love to you. You know, it happens to everyone. Just once you get past kind of the past halfway, the bagpipe synthesizer comes in, and it makes it very emotional for me. Because it's an emotional song. It's a little bit. It felt like a little bit different than what I would normally do, in that I wouldn't normally say, like, you know, be so vulnerable as a lyricist. It was a very vulnerable lyric, and then that part of when you reach that section in the song, it's very much a release of a lot of things, and so it fits very well at the end. And that lyric, wherever you are, you're already home. It's very powerful. And the tail of it, I think, leads right back into the beginning. There was I think those particularly fit. The tail, and then the head, let's say, of Green Light to the tail of Home. These songs are a part of me, maybe more than a lot of things. You know, music is a big part of me, and these songs are very much who I am.